All right, welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. Today I have some bad news and some good news to share with you guys. And so I just thought I would do a little update on something and just kind of fill you in on what's been going on around here and what's happening here on the SSL Family Farm. So I'll start with, I don't know, what do you guys want, the good news or the bad news first? Let's start with the good news and then we'll get to the bad news after. So behind me is the sunflower patch that I planted just last week. And I'm kind of blown away by this. I don't usually do updates on plantings like this, but I want to show you guys. You can see behind me probably already. I was kind of up at night, you know, after I had planted this. I kind of did a quick job. The tractor was making some noise, and I didn't want to run it anymore. And I you know, drug that chain link fence out here on all those sunflower seeds. Just kind of tossed them out here, and just whatever happens, happens. And I was like, man, probably isn't going to work, you know. I bet you half those are, probably less than half are going to sprout. You know, I just wasn't real confident with it. The rain didn't come that I thought was going to come, and this and that. And so let me show you what happened behind me here with the sunflower patch. Just look at that. Every single one of the things that you see out there is green, pretty much, is sunflowers. So here we have the 12 rows that I planted with the planter. Actually, they did really well. So these are the taller ones. These are those gray striped sunflowers. These are going to be the bigger ones, more of the snack type sunflower. And so there we have the rows. Not really that straight, but they came up really well. Germination rate looks pretty good as far as, you know, the distance that the wheel on that planter works, and I really can't complain. I'm pretty happy with how those rows turned out. And then on the sides, we tossed a mixture of the black oil sunflowers and then the gray striped sunflowers out here. And look at the germination on those. It's kind of unbelievable. I mean, I tossed a lot of seed out here, but that is crazy. So that's a lot of sunflowers. Any guesses on how many would be out here? I don't know. It's probably I don't know, maybe a quarter acre, half acre, something like that. It's a lot of sunflowers. So some of them are just, you know, the first two leaves. So some of them have just sprouted, but a lot of them, I mean, if you look at some of these, they've already got their first mature leaves, and they're working on you know, a good stem. So I just can't believe how well these things have grown. We got some grass and other stuff that'll grow out here, but I'm hoping that these will grow up tall enough, fast enough to get ahead of all the weeds. And I don't care if some weeds grow in here, that's fine. But I'm just hoping that these will stay above it, above all the weed cover, and kind of shade them out. They're planted dense, so that should happen. So well beyond my expectation with planting out here. I did get lucky. We've had a couple random rainstorms come through a few days apart here and just kind of soak this. They haven't been real long rainstorms, but just quick enough, you know, a good heavy rain just for short periods of time that have gotten a good soaking on this. So I think the soil is wet enough where it'll give these guys a good head start to get up and start to shade the soil so it doesn't dry out here. I don't have any water back here, and so it is what it is. This is just going to grow. If we get a drought, I may try to bring some water back here, but probably not. So good news, the sunflowers did really, really well, and I think we're going to have a really cool harvest out here. I don't know how I'm going to harvest these yet. I've looked around for a 3-point. They have 3-point combines that actually go on the side of your tractor and run off the 3-point PTO or off the PTO, and they'll, you know, chop the sunflowers down and separate the seeds out and throw it in like a trailer or something. We're looking around for something like that. I may just do a hand harvest with these, just cut and throw all the heads into a trailer and haul them up to some kind of a makeshift contraption that I'll build out of some barrels or something that'll just beat the sunflowers and hopefully beat the seeds out of them. I might have something like that, and so we'll have to play with that in the fall. We've got something to look forward to. So sunflower patch did awesome. That's the good news. Bad news is this. When I was out here planting this patch, I noticed the tractor making some noise. I have an old 1969 Ford 4000. For those of you who follow along, you know what I have. And that tractor is the very meat of this homestead, of this farm. Everything that we do, whether planting, harvesting, doing our hay, you know, compost, animals, wood chips, gardening, everything revolves around some part of using that tractor, and that has been the core here. And that thing has been a workhorse. It's heavy, it's powerful, it's been a great tractor. And I actually started noticing a little knock earlier when I was tilling up the orchard and other things. After I ran it for a while, I started noticing a little kind of tick, and then it got a little bit worse. And I changed the oil and everything and checked everything, and kept running it, and it got louder and louder. When I was out here, it started getting really loud. I mean, it was like a metal on metal, just you could hear it. And it was getting worse and worse, and so I decided to put the tractor away. I had my friend Darren out, who's you've seen a few times on the channel, fixing stuff with me and for me. And he, took a look at it. We tried to get the oil pan off. We couldn't. We were going to check the bearings and the bottom there. The oil pan doesn't come off on this model without pulling the front end off and some other things. So at this point, what we're looking at is it could be up to $1,500, $2,000, even $2,500 repair if we, by the time we get all the labor into taking the bucket off, taking the front end off, pulling the engine out, taking the, doing all these things, checking the crankshaft, checking the rods, checking the bearings, checking all this stuff. It's probably going to need new plugs, needs new wires, it needs a bunch of stuff. So the tractor's only worth about $4,000. And so, this is one of those repairs I can't do myself. I don't have the tools, equipment, time, or place to do that. And so this is the decision. I'm asking you guys for what you think on this. So we come to this decision where the hay's in the field right now. I got to get this hay cut. I could borrow tractors. I've talked to a bunch of dealers about short-term leases and other types of things, and haven't had any real takers. I haven't really found anyone that has a tractor that I could use kind of long-term for a few weeks or month. And so that leaves me with buying another used tractor, looking on Craigslist, looking around and going out and buying another Ford 4000, Ford 3000, another, whatever. Something in that range, 40, 50 horsepower range. Or buying something new. And I've been leaning towards the buying something new, and I'll tell you why. I've never bought anything new. Our vehicles are all bought used. When you buy things like this, vehicles and other things, they depreciate very quickly, campers, other things like that. And so I let other people buy the stuff new usually and let it depreciate in their hands, and then they pay it off, and they pay all the interest and do all that kind of stuff. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years later, when they want to sell it, that's when I scoop it up and usually get a good deal on it. The disadvantage to buying used equipment is that it breaks down and you got to fix it. And I'm always fixing stuff around here. Everything I have is old and broken, and I'm always fixing things. And so I thought, you know what, this is important enough. Maybe I'll look into buying a new one. They're not cheap. You're looking over 30 grand for a new tractor that would fit the bill here for what we need. So what do you guys think? I'll take your opinions on this. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I could fix the old tractor and just try to make do here. I might not be able to get a first cutting. I've been asking other people around if they want to cut it, and I'm trying to work this out, but a lot of questions, a lot of things to figure. So what do you guys think? Buy a new tractor? If I do buy a new tractor, I'll tell you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a Kubota, or I'm looking at a John Deere. Those are the two that I'm looking at. I'm not really interested in any of the other Korean tractors. I'm not really interested in the other ones. The Kubotas and the John Deeres are both, I believe, Japanese pretty much now. Japanese engines and the John Deeres. The John Deeres are manufactured or assembled in the United States, which is nice. I don't know about the Kubotas, but so that's where I'm at. I'm looking for a 40, 50 horsepower tractor in a real short period of time. I literally need to cut this hay by next week, and I need to get wood chips moved. I need to get wood processed. I need to get lots of stuff done. So it's a sad day, honestly. That tractor's been a pretty important piece of this whole operation, but it'll be sad to see it go. I may try to sell it. I may try to trade it in. I may try to fix it and sell it. I don't know yet, so we'll see. So that's the good news and the bad news. The good news, sunflowers are doing great. Blows my mind how well they've done. Bad news is the tractor is causing a big old wrench in my life right now. Literally a wrench. Quick update today, guys. I'd like to take you guys along on what's going on around behind the scenes, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to follow along. Lots more stuff coming up. I've got lots of videos in the works right now, and I might even try to throw out more than 3 videos in a week. It's crazy. So stay tuned. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.